My brother had just finished his first quarter of college when he was shot and killed on April 21st, 2015 in Lakewood, Washington. He was unarmed. My brother Daniel was a Native American. We're enrolled in Suquamish tribe. He's a Suquamish tribal and Nez Native member. Native Americans are killed at the highest rate because we're the smallest population. But regardless of whatever race you are, nobody deserves to be murdered. Mm-hmm. We all deserve due process. I say that my brother was a descendant of Chief Siet, was Chief Seattle. I say that not because his life is any more valuable than any of the other victims, but because it's a reminder that these genocide is still happening and these modern-day lynchings continue to happen today. It's just hidden behind the justice system as legal discrimination. I've been through so many emotions. The families here, I'm sure we all have. I feel like we'll never get closure. And it's a struggle. I can't even grieve properly because, I'm constantly fighting. I haven't even had a chance to really stop and grieve because we just went out instantly and we rallied and we just took to the streets and we wanted to scream out to everybody the injustice that was happening here in our community. Let's see. I know I have to keep fighting. It's just been it seems like it's been years since Daniel's passed. It's only been a few months, about 6-7 months. But it just seems like so much longer because me and my brother were so close. He had started his first year of college and I was just finishing my last year. I struggle because I stay awake at night thinking, how can I get through to people? How can I get through to people and let them see the what's happening in their community? I didn't realize the numbers were so high. I had went out in 2012 to protest for John T. Williams. And I was there on the front lines, me and my friends. We seen an injustice happen in our community and we went out and we fought against it. And I thought I had done my job. I thought, well, I protested, I'm done. And now I see that there was so much more I could have done.
You're doing it now.
That's right.
Thank you. I value the life and the lives of my brothers and sisters because God, my Father, told me so. That's why. It's something in me. It's something in all of us. Some people don't get it. They see things in black and white sometimes, because I try to figure out how can I get to certain people. There's some people that just see things in black and white. So I talk about the law. I talk about how we weren't given due process, how my brother was given the death penalty. My son wanted to be a cop. He wanted to be a police officer, and he asks me, Mom, why don't the good police officers arrest the bad ones?
Yeah.
And it's so sad because when he was little, I used to tell him, I used to warn him, well, son, there's a couple of corrupt cops out there, but now it's sad that I have to tell him there's a few good ones. If they're standing by and they're turning a blind eye to it, they're just as guilty.
That's right.
Exhausted. I'm exhausted having to explain racism, classism, injustice, and systematic oppression to a bunch of lunkheads. And in closet racist. But then again, I think, that was me at one time. I wasn't sure, maybe I was one of those idlers. It affects us all, and people don't realize black, white, Mexican, it just depends on the population. I had talked to somebody A few weeks ago, I met at a sports bar, and he was a nice guy, a nice white guy. We were talking, and he said, "Well, the Black Lives Matter." He was saying, "But there's a lot more white people being murdered." And I said, "Yeah, but when you look at the population, there's a lot more white people in the population." And I said, why are we even discussing this? A life is a life. It doesn't matter, black, white, whatever, it doesn't matter. I think a lot of people aren't aware of it. And I'm going to keep fighting until change happens, and I want us all to stand up, and I thank you guys all for being here. Let's wake them up.
Okay, my name is Covarrubias. I'm Daniel's mother. Every day I wake up crying. Every night I go to sleep crying. I had a dream the other night. I dreamt that Daniel was upstairs lying on his bed. He was moaning and flapping his arms around in his sleep, like he was having a bad dream. I walked over and sat next to him on his bed. I touched his hair and I rubbed his back. And I said, "It's okay, Dan. It's just a bad dream. You're having a bad dream. Mom is here." I woke up and realized that it would never be okay for me. Enraged, sobbing, gallons of tears, because it's not okay. It's never going to be okay. I'll feel bad, and I get sick to my stomach when I think about what happened to you. We have to get up, and we have to do something about this. We can't let this go on.
That's right.
Turn on the news and find out that somebody else has been killed, and it makes me just cry for the mothers that are going through the same thing I'm going through. And we've got to stop it. We have to stand together, and we have to make a difference. We have to make change. We can't let them get away with this anymore. It can't be sanctioned.
That's right. That's right.
And this is what we need to do. We need to put on the full armor of God, the belt of truth, the breastplate of righteousness, the gospel of peace, the shield of faith, the helmet of salvation, and the sword of the Spirit. We have to pick up the sword of the Spirit, and we have to fight this. And we've got to do it together. We've got to stand together and do this. All of us. Everybody.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.